Hi folks. In my quest to restore my truck battery with my Wizbang Plus battery desulfator, I decided to buy this load tester. I got this thing from Harbor Freight and I paid $17.50 for it. Normally they're supposed to be $40, and then of course they always have them on sale for $20, and then I had a 20% off coupon, so I paid about $17.50 for this thing, and I also got a free flashlight. Anyway, this load tester, I've tried it out and it works. Now the thing about a load tester is what you're testing for really is the amps. And this thing doesn't exactly have an amp meter on it. It's got volts, which is this top here. Basically, it tests for volts, is what it does. And then using that, the load tester, you can see if the volts are gonna stay strong enough to power your car or your solar power system. Now I'm going to show this up a little bit closer here. So this is a close-up view of the meter, and you got this toggle switch on the bottom, and that's for testing the load. Now your batteries normally would be in the 12 to 13 volt range if it's a good battery, and with the load on, if it stays in the green, you've got yourself a good battery. If it goes over to the yellow, it's not a good battery, and if it goes to the red, it's a battery that needs to be replaced. And you can test other things with this battery load tester. It's got a charging system tester, and it's just basically going to be in this volt range, around 14 volts. And then finally, with the load volts for the starter test, it gives you a chart here, and so it tests voltage, it tests the charging system, and it tests the load, but it doesn't give you an amp reading. It's just a question of how many volts using this particular device. So for $17.50, I think it's an okay deal. Now there's another YouTube poster that put up a video about one of these, and his conclusion was that these meters are not accurate, and that's probably true, but as long as it's consistent, I can measure. I can see if I'm getting more or less results with this thing, or if it's staying the same. So I'm not worried about it being exactly completely accurate as long as I can see a change. Now this battery that you see here, my neighbor gave to me, and he said it was no good, so I decided I'd take it and see if it could be fixed, or what was wrong with it. And I really haven't done too much with it yet. I have had it up on this tester, and I don't think it's a very bad battery. I mean, it's not in perfect shape, but it seems like it should be a half decent battery. And I'm going to connect it up, this load tester. I'm going to connect the load tester up to the battery, and we're going to see what we have here. So what we have is we have a battery that's it's almost 13 volts. It's 12.5 volts. So this battery measures good to me. Now I'm going to flip this load tester switch. It's supposed to flip it for 10 seconds and see what happens. And it goes down to the weak and then to the bad. So this battery definitely does have problems, but it's not as bad as the one that's in my truck. So now we're down to 7 volts with this load tester on. Not too good, but I might see about trying to fix this battery after I'm done with my truck battery. So now I have this load tester connected up to my truck battery. And I'm going to try to start the truck. The charge is in the right range, and I'll have to look on the video to see what happened when I started it up. And so that's good. Now I have been keeping this battery topped off with my float charger. I'm going to shut the engine off here now. Now that the engine's been running, the battery is over 13 volts, but I don't expect it to stay there. It'll drop down to about 11 volts after an hour or two. But I'm going to put the load on it now for about 10 seconds. And you can see that it goes straight down to bad and continues to drop, and it goes way down to 6 volts after that's been on for a little while, and that is not good. Once I release it, it comes back up, but this battery's definitely got problems still. At least I can have measurable results now, though. I can see if I'm getting any improvement, and I'm going to leave this Desulfator on here probably for at least another week, and then I'm going to test it again with this load tester and see if there's any improvement at all. So that's it. Thanks for watching.